How's it going? How you
Hi.
guys doing? Fran the Savage, of course, Savage Ladies of Metal. We've been on hiatus for a couple weeks. Had a lot going on with the Northern Illinois Metal Fest, and of course, the Savage Ladies hosted a autism fundraiser with the Care Foundation, which was awesome. We did raise about 2,200 first time, not bad. So that was that was really cool. And now we're back on schedule, and we are opening the holiday weekend with Dying Oath. How's it going, guys?
It's fantastic. Really hot, but fantastic.
I feel that.
Congratulations on the fundraiser. That's awesome.
Thank you. It was nerve wracking. Very, very
It
nerve
always
wracking.
is.
But it happened. And luckily, some things kind of didn't show up, is what I'm going to go with. Certain things, people, whatever, didn't show up. I put everything right back to the original schedule. Fran took over. Shit went all right. So I made it happen. But it was cool. It was a lot of fun. And definitely looking forward to the next one. So now back to you guys, though. But thank you for that. I appreciate that. Thank you. What have you guys been up to? It's been, like I said, 8 months since we last interviewed you guys. You were one of our first interviews. You were like one of the first three or four, I believe, something like that. So welcome back.
Well, thank you for having us. Yeah, we've just been doing the usual, still working on this album that we talked about the last time, but we're getting a little bit closer. We have a vocalist now, so we're getting there. I think when we last talked, it was when we were first just gathering members again. So
Yeah, I
we
remember that. Yeah. Oh,
got everything back down concrete. Had to teach everybody their parts, and we've been working on the album and playing shows. We've been lucky enough to get out there and play some shows in between trying to get this album done. So that's
yeah.
really what we've been up to. We got some secret stuff coming up very, very soon.
Yeah, I'm gonna pry. I'm gonna pry. We'll do that later though. So I'm just, I'm going to see what I can get out of you. Speaking of new members, I do know one of them personally, and he is definitely a character. Great guy though, very good guy. Goofy by every Nectar.
No nectar.
I like to call him Nestor, which you know about that. You were there when that happened.
Yeah,
Nectar,
I'm
but
gonna
Nectar.
forever call him Nectar from now on. Like that's just his staple name from here on out.
It's a great name, and it's I forgot he did tell me what it was for, where it came from, but I just keep thinking
It was
Nestor.
one of those interviews with Rob, and I can't remember exactly how it happened, but somebody screwed up and called him that, and then we thought it was so great and that it matched him so well. So now we're just calling him Nectar Collector. It's perfect.
It's just funny as fuck. That's great. But you know what? He is a great guy. He is a great musician. He's just really silly, really goofy, and says the damnedest shit.
Now
You
there's
know?
several of us. It's like before, it was usually me and Rhino that was always the silly ones making jokes and whatnot. And now we have Kristen and Nestor, and they're just as bad, if not worse, than we are. So
Yeah, and I was going to ask you about Kristen because you got another female front
we do.
stand next to you. How's that been going?
It's fantastic. For me, like she's been one of my best friends for a good while anyway, before she was even in the band. So it's kind of awesome to like be in a band with your best friends. I know people say that all the time. It's like this cliche thing where everybody's like, "Oh, my band are my best friends," but honestly, like I think we're probably each other's only friends because we're
I get
cool.
that, in this scene, it doesn't matter what scene you're in. It's in life in general. You have a million acquaintances
Yeah.
and only so many friends you can count on a couple hands. People you actually legit feel that. I get that. But for me, if I work with my best friends, which I kind of do, as everyone knows, Olga, she is one of my best friends. She's crazy. She's a lot of fun. I love her to death. She's a trip. Um, it's not as bad, but it's similar to like working with family.
Yeah. It is. You
It's
can't
you
pick who
can't
your
keep the
family
two
is.
separate. You can't.
That's
It's hard
right.
because they become your family. So you'll snap on them like they're family, but you're trying to be business-like. You get it. I'm sorry. So
It's exactly like that. We go through all the ups and the downs, and it evens out. But at the end of the day, you still love each other. You don't really get to pick who your family is, and it's kind of like that with your band. It's like the way that everybody comes together is just magical. But at the end of the day, there's still stuff that has to get done. So there are times when we're going to argue and butt heads, but at the end of the day, I feel like that makes everything better because you always come to some kind of conclusion that was better than just somebody telling everybody what to do. So you're going to have that, but you still love each
Yeah.
other, so it doesn't really matter.
Right. And of course, we got Rhino still here. For those who don't know who Dying Oath is, they are a Southwest Virginia metalcore band, female fronted, which is killer. And I personally love that. And everyone knows that. And we got Rhino here. You guys want to introduce yourselves and talk about yourselves for those who don't know who you are?
So I am Mindy, and I'm one of two vocalists. I used to just be the screamer, but now that we have Nestor, I actually do both, and he does both, and it's awesome.
Who screams higher?
I think Nestor screams higher than I do, actually.
I'm not surprised for some
Yeah.
reason. I don't know why. I'm just not surprised.
He got all the highs. I'm just the rhythm guitarist, Rhino. I put myself in that spot, but these guys seem to say I'm the pretty one of the band.
He is. He's the baby, and he's the adorable one. The ladies love him. I mean, look at him. He is cute.
So being Italian, you're one of the cuties that we just want to pinch your cheeks. Aw. And hurt, pinch your cheeks, leave marks, and you're just like, bitch, get away from me.
I feel bad for him sometimes because, like, being in a band with me and Kristen, we are constantly picking on him because he's so adorable. I'm like, oh, look at you, he's so cute.
I do the same shit. So right. So what is it like to be bossed around by two women?
He loves it.
That's slow.
Don't shame me.
That's beautiful. That is beautiful. That says it all. You don't even need to say anything. It's beautiful. That's great. That's funny as hell. So what have you guys been up to though? In the last 8 months, you've done a lot of shows. You've been working on the album. You've done actually quite a few really cool shows lately. I mean, you had Judgment Day. You had, let's see.
Yeah, we did.
That was recent though, wasn't it?
Yeah, that was our last show. Was Judgment Day. That was pretty awesome. We got to play with a lot of really cool bands. Then before that, we did Amp Fest, which is a festival that's here in our hometown, and that was super dope. Our hometown shows are always our favorite, because we actually get time with friends and family and whatnot, and super local bands to us that we don't usually get to play shows with. So, yeah, we've had some pretty cool shows, man. It's been awesome.
Yeah, and I know what you've done so much, and I know you've been working on your album. Want to talk about your latest single that you guys released a couple months ago now? End of Days.
Yeah. So that's the most recent that we have. Right. Which I'm gonna go ahead and let the cat out of the bag. I can't say when or what, but we're actually working on this super cool community project.
I was gonna ask about that too. Yeah.
Yeah. So we have a single that's gonna be dropping anytime now. We're actually getting all the stuff in order to do that because it takes a lot of promo up front and figuring out what you're going to do, what dates, and all of that good stuff. But we do have a single that some people know about, some people don't, that we're going to be dropping in the next couple of weeks, actually. So definitely keep an eye out for that because it's something I don't think anybody's really going to think that we would ever do. And then in some cases, probably some people would imagine it's exactly what we would do. So I don't know.
I'm trying to scan my notes right now because I jumped ahead of myself. I hate when I do that. I do that every time. Then I lose my place. There was a couple of things I want to ask you. Okay, so you're gonna drop a new single, but we'll talk about that too. But the End of Days, what was the inspiration for that? What's it about?
So Josh had been writing the music for this song for a good while. And we were kind of working out the kinks with it because usually Josh will, he'll have a riff or something or Rhino, depending on the song. And we'll kind of send it to the band and we'll be like, oh, that's awesome. And then we'll kind of work out what we want to do with it, how we want to do it. And then they'll give it to us, the vocalists, and we'll write lyrics. So this song had been on the back burner for a while. We just hadn't written any lyrics for it, but we'd had it, listened to it a few times. And I had this dream about the end of time, and then I woke straight up from my nap and started jotting stuff down. And then I took all of those ideas over the course of a day and kind of just rewrote it to everything so that everything was in time and all of that good stuff. And then I took it to the band and they really enjoyed it. And over time, it evolved into what it is before we did the video.
So you had a dream about the end of days.
Yes, I did. It was.
What was that dream? What was that dream about? Do you remember it?
Yeah, it was really crazy. I was in my kitchen actually cooking, and there was these sirens that were going off, kind of like in Silent Hill, which is what scared.
I love that movie. That is a crazy badass movie. Hell yeah.
So I start hearing these sirens going off, and my mom calls me on the phone, and it was really like vivid. You know, I'm in the kitchen cooking. I could feel the warmth from the stove. It was so weird. But my mom called, and she's like, they're dropping bombs. You know, something's happening. You need to find shelter, kind of stuff. And I was like, okay. I get off the phone, and I look outside, and I see fire like coming through the mountains and taking down all the trees, and they're just kind of folding as the fire's coming toward me. And I crawled under my table. I don't really know what the hell that was about. I don't know how that's going to help me. But as soon as I got under my table, I woke up. And it was just this weird, like, sick to my stomach feeling. And it was so vivid that I, like, actually got up and went and looked outside because it was midday and I was napping on the couch. And my roommate was like, what are you doing? And I was like, man, I just had this weird dream. I need to write about it. So I sat down and started writing all these notes down. And then the next day it was a song.
That's awesome. You know, it's, you know, you don't hear that too often when it's like a dream that creates that inspiration. You know, it's like, dude, some crazy shit just happened. Hold on a minute, you know?
Yeah,
and so I always tell people, I'm like, man, Stephen King would love to know what the hell runs through my head. You know, apparently I don't really remember dreams anymore. I don't know when that actually started. I want to say it probably started before my accident, actually. It's not from my accident, but I started forgetting shit. But like literally I grew up, and growing up, you know, as a kid, they say you have night terrors, you know, if you have nightmares and whatnot. But mine were always the same story every night. And I would verbally talk in my sleep as a kid. And as a child, I would always, you know, cry, stay away from me. But by the time I was 13, my parents, my friends from sleepovers, my friends were terrified to start sleeping over at my house after this started happening. They would hear me clear as day start fighting back in my dream, and I would start swinging. Literally, while I'm actually sleeping, they would hear me clear as day, and I start swinging if I'm fighting. When I got older, they got crazier. I don't know what happened, but all of a sudden it just stopped. I barely remember any dreams, but people say I still talk and I yell and I snap and sometimes talk in Italian in my dreams. And I'm like, oh, wow, just record me. I want to hear this shit, you know?
See, that used to be me when I was a kid. I used to have such bad night terrors, but I started out being an insomniac when I was a kid. Like, it started getting really unhealthy. I would not sleep for 6 or 7 days at a time until I was hallucinating and stuff like that. And this is when I was like probably only 8 or 9 years old. And so they decided to put me on these sleep meds, and these sleep meds actually put me to sleep, but they caused me to have night terrors to the point where, you know, some nights I was literally climbing the walls to the point that my fingertips were bleeding and things like that, scratching my own face and like things like that. And finally, I just stopped taking them, and I don't know how it evened out, but I'm super thankful for that because now I'm in the same boat. I don't really remember my dreams. So when I do, sometimes I write songs about it.
That makes sense. I mean, I get it, you know, especially when you don't remember them, all of a sudden one sticks. It's like, dude, there's a reason for that shit, you know? Yeah. I get it. Hell yeah. Well, awesome. You know, the song is fucking killer. And now you got another one coming up with an unestimated ETA officially, just a few weeks, right?
Yeah, we have two singles that we're going to be releasing, but the first one is definitely going to be, I'd say, in 2 to 3 weeks. I'd say we'd probably have everything done for that to release it by then. And then the other one after that, I'm not sure, but I will tell you with that one, it's something that you guys would never in a million years see coming from us because it doesn't sound like anything we've ever done. But I also think that it's beautiful and special in its own way. And it's actually a song that Rhino wrote, which is going to be super awesome to be able to release a single that he wrote, because a lot of the things that we've released has been Josh's work. And we try to, you know, we're trying to get everybody in there and have everybody writing their own parts and writing stuff now. So it's going to be different, but awesome.
So, how many of you actually help write the songs? Does everybody contribute and write the songs? I mean, usually you hear musicians, they'll, come up with a riff, and the band will just go from there, kind of thing. But actual writers for the songs, how many of you are there? Is it all of you?
Well, it kind of started out that way because the beginning stages of the band, the only members that are left from the beginning stages are actually Rhino and Josh. And Rhino actually started out as the drummer, and all of us have kind of switched around from different things. I used to be a bass player. I know Kristen actually used to be a guitar player / vocalist. Um, we've all kind of switched and done different things in our past. So it started out with the two of them kind of just writing the music. And so when a lot of us came in, most of the album that we have was already written musically, just didn't have lyrics. So, that was already the two of them. And then when I came in, of course, and some of our past vocalists, we put our own touch on it, but wrote lyrics and stuff like that. I know that Josh has written lyrics for a song or two. Of course, now Nestor is writing some of the newer stuff. Kristen has been helping with riffs and whatnot. And then, of course, you've got Sean, who's putting his own style of drums in there. So he's really writing his own parts. So I think it's kind of a collaborative thing. Finally, we've got people that all are willing to contribute and pull their weight and show different things. And so we just sit down and kind of work out what everybody thinks is best.
That's awesome though, because that's multiple like thought prospects, like just different people, different ways of thinking, but you come together and you make it happen. As it's very, very creative at that point. It's not just creative writing by one mind, it's several. And it's like that's awesome. You see life in different points of view from different people, and it comes out in your music.
For sure. And I think that's what's so important about this album is that, like I said, when we first started out, a lot of it was written by Josh. And then, me and Jeb or me and whoever would come in and write lyrics. But now, on the album, we've decided that we're going to try to do collaborative things. So we have a couple of songs on there from Rhino. We've got some from Josh, and everybody else is just kind of putting their say in there. So we may not all write the songs, but as soon as somebody has an idea, they bring it to the band, and then everybody has their thoughts on what we could change or take away or add. And that always helps mold the songs into what they are now. So I think that everything that you're going to hear on the album is going to be a nice mix of everybody.
Well, definitely looking forward to that. Now, okay, so you had the teaser of the next release in the next few weeks. Do you have an ETA on the actual album?
We only have the vocals left, and we've already started the recording for that. So I'd say probably by the end of the year, but that's going to kind of depend on the studio itself, because even when we're done, it really is going to depend on how long it takes for the studio to get everything edited and sent back. And then even then after that, if we want to put anything on Spotify, or if we want to shop to labels, or if we want to do music videos before we release singles or any of that, that's going to take more time to make sure that that's all done before we actually release anything. Because once it's released, you can't shop it to labels at that point.
Right.
So that's why this entire album actually is not going to have any of the singles that we've already released on it. Nice. So the singles that we're getting ready, the 2 singles that we're getting ready to release, and the 3 that we've already released will not be on the album. So you're getting 2 singles, and then you're getting an extra whole 10 songs that were never before released for the album.
Okay. Nice. So you're just messing with people.
Trying to give you something. Trying to give you something to whet your appetite until we get the whole thing out. So we're just trying to get back.
You gotta attack from different angles. I get it. Oh yeah, that's awesome. So I'm gonna go left for real quick. I say this all the time, but a lot of people are still tuning in for the first time. We I don't know if you, I know Mindy, I know you can see it. I don't know about you, Ryan, but we do have a comments section where people can interact with us. And on my laptop, I can see comments, but I'm only getting Kevin's. I only see Kevin's responses. But if I put my phone on and I log on to the link, I see other responses. So I don't know what the hell is going on with fucking with StreamYard with that. I have messaged them. They told me there should be no issues. whatever. So I just want to tell you what I see real quick on this end. Marla Williams, of course, world metal scene. Everyone knows she's been part of the Savages almost 2 years now. She's one of my longest Savages. I love her to death. Hey, Marla. I know she is either on the road. Oh, wait, no, she's been really sick. No, she's not on the road. Marla's been really, really sick, man. Just like a lot of people, Marla, get better, girl. Get better. So she is watching this. She said, hello, love to be on, but still trying to break the bronchitis. And she says, I look like hell. Oh, there's a story. Hold on. She says, Mindy Jackson and band love you from Indiana. Want to say dreams often come to life in different ways. Marla's Music Madness, Savage Ladies. Okay, she's promoting. There you go. Yeah, do it.
Love you, Marla.
So yeah, Marla's saying what's up, but she agrees with the whole Dream thing. She said, being such a diverse band is what I believe is what makes you an incredible band.
Thank you for that. We appreciate it. We love it.
And that really pisses me off that StreamYard isn't showing me that on the tablet, so I don't have to look back and forth. So I apologize if you guys see my eyes wander. It happens every podcast because that's what I have to do to see the other comments. It sucks. And I can't share it if I don't see it. So Marla, you know that. I apologize to everyone else. I try to keep up on it. But anyway, so moving on. Let's see, where am I at?
So while we have a second, just want to say hi to Kevin. I'm seeing all of your comments now. Love you too, man. We appreciate it. Happy 4th.
I saw the hi, Rhino. Howdy.
He's so cute. Come here, just let me pinch those cheeks. I just love those cheeks. I'm just saying.
Favorite.
Yeah, I can't help it. It's what I do. It's the Italian thing, I guess. So you guys got some awesome things that you got coming up. Also, you want to talk about those? What do you got doing besides the album, of course, which we talked about? We're talking about tours. We're talking about shows.
So we have kind of taken a back seat for shows right now because we're so close to getting the album done. So we actually didn't even plan to do shows at all this year, but we wanted to kind of give our newbies a chance to get out there in front of a crowd and see what it feels like and, kind of get their feel of everything and give them a chance to let everybody find out who they are. Which shout out to our new members. They've been killing it live. Like, to be new members of the band, they're absolutely amazing. They've been doing really
how was that like, though? You brought in a couple of new members generally around the same time frame, give or take a few months.
Yeah.
And they all had to learn your songs. How long of a time span? did they learn it quick, before you decided to hit the stage with them? How'd that go?
I think all of them kind of, learned it at their own pace, which is, to be expected. Sean came in as our drummer, and for the amount of things that he had to learn, like, he definitely learned it in a nice amount of time. It didn't take him as long as I would have thought for all the things that he has to do. Kristen nailed it in a matter of weeks. She absolutely slayed it, but she already knew a lot of our stuff from playing with us and just watching videos and learning. So she just really crushed it on making sure she had everything down. And then Nestor, of course, I think he got our whole set down, in like a week, and then came to first practice. And so in 2 weeks, he had everything completely concrete and down. So they all learned at their own pace, but we were back at it in just a couple of months, already playing shows, even after 3 members. So they did really well.
Great, and you guys killed it, right?
Absolutely. We were, like I said, we were kind of scared. We didn't know how they were going to do with people
and
how they were going to be and all that stuff. But there hasn't been a moment since we started playing shows where we really had to worry about anything. They just came in and looked like they had already been in the band for the entire time and just completely crushed it. And every show we play, they get better. So no worries on that at all. We do have Blue Ridge coming up. That's our next show.
Yeah, I was going to say that. This is your second year there, though, isn't it?
Yes. We were, I think, one of 2 bands that were unsigned that they asked to come back this year, which was crazy because so many bands wanted to be on that. So many bands tried hard.
One of two.
I'm pretty sure that we're one of 2 that I know of anyways.
Right, okay.
And that were local to us, I should say. Maybe not overall, but that were local to us. But tons of our friends really deserved to be on that. A lot of hardworking bands really, really deserve to be on it. There were so many submission slots. And so I feel really lucky. Honestly, I have no idea how we were one of the bands that got asked to come back, but they said that we were one of the bands that were asked most to come back as far as the unsigned bands, that our crowd was absolutely amazing. And I guess we earned it. So I'm going to
I
take it.
definitely would say so. I mean, you guys kill it, girl. You got. I literally, I was okay. Yes, I have my daughter this weekend. Okay, and she's not used to being in the metal scene. You know, she's kind of been in the background because I've been going through a lot of legal issues with her dad, and I won, bitch. I'm just saying, at least won some of it. But regardless, so she's back in my life. So people are starting to see her picture, you know, her pop up, and everyone's shocked because she's blonde and she's really light. And they look at me and they look at her. They're like, "What the fuck?" Her dad is German, so I don't know. It took over on that side, but she's not used to the metal scene. You know, she's used to the music, just not being around it. So she's hesitant. You know, and I played some of her. You know, I played some of your music for her, and she's like, "That is a chick." And I'm like, "Yes, it is." And she's like, "How does she talk when she's done?" I'm like, "I don't fucking know." Props to all, not just ladies, but men too. Because you guys, I mean, I know it comes from the depths and it comes from, you know, your stomach and whatnot. Dude, I can't even yell at my kids for 5 minutes without losing my voice. And they look forward to that. I mean, how do you do it an entire set?
Lots of practice. You know, a lot of people ask this question. It's probably the number one question that I get asked more than anything else. But a lot of training. If you don't know what you're doing, please don't do it, because it will hurt your voice over time. I mean, hell, it'll hurt your voice like right then if you're not doing it correctly. But I've had a lot of practice, and even now, I actually have two different vocal coaches that I work with, one for my cleans and one for my screams. Shout out to them, actually, because I can actually tell my difference, you know, is wow. But yeah, just lots of practice. You have to really know what you're doing and not using your throat. A lot of people make the mistake of actually using their throat. When you do that, your vocal cords actually get banged together, and it causes them to get all kinds of injuries, and then you're kind of screwed after that. Lots of surgeries, things like that to make it better. So it's a serious deal. Don't do it unless you get some lessons. If you need lessons, hit me up. I'll point you in the right direction.
There you go. There you go. Now you actually are a trained opera singer. You took opera singing or opera training, right?
Yes, I'm
What was
classically
that?
trained.
What was that like?
Well, it was amazing because, you know, it's where I got my start and it's how I learned to sing in the beginning. But it also sucked because while everybody was doing cool things after school, I was doing vocal lessons. So I had vocal lessons for an hour, and then I had piano lessons for an hour, and that was every single day after school. So it was awful, but it was incredible. And I'm really glad that my mom, you know, took enough time and effort and money to do that for me, because I probably wouldn't be here right now if it wasn't for that.
No. Go, mom. Keep it going. Mothers, always push your kids. Even if you don't agree or you doubt it, you never know. You don't know what you're creating. Just saying.
Sure.
Ryan. Rhino. How's it going, man?
I'm hanging.
I see that. I see that. And every time I put up a new post, you see him squinting.
Yeah.
To read it. So how's it been with for you? Has the transition of new members been nice and smooth for you?
Yeah, me and Kristen jam along as the perfect rhythm as far as I'm concerned.
Yeah.
I agree.
Sean, definitely getting used to his drums. This dude is the fast as hell. All right, dude can drum like no other. Like he's got some speed that I've yet to see in the scene a whole lot, unless it was death metal, and this guy's got it.
I agree.
And Nestor's been around us like for a while now. Like any shows we ever, he always chilled with us. He's always been a really cool dude to hang around.
Well, absolutely. I mean, you know, having the members. I mean, I'm glad it's running smooth and everything. You know, how do you feel about having two female fronted now? Do you think it took you guys to the next level?
They have an energy that okay, so Mindy and even our old bassist had an energy that couldn't be matched on stage, but her Kristen just carry it perfectly. Sorry, I'm losing my train of thought here. The right words to say. I'm not used to interviews.
Those people. He's okay with it. It's all good. It's all good.
Talking about females always makes him nervous.
They'll train you well. You know what? Start taking notes because the women are taking over. We're coming in hardcore. Just saying. Just saying. You know, we've been around a while, but our presence is now known. Just saying. Speaking of presence, we have an announcement.
Yeah.
We're not getting till later. Ha! Anyway. Because I can do that. All right, I'm just going to read this. Kevin just keeps, he's the only one I'm seeing. Oh, wait, no, hold on. Kevin, I'm skipping you. Verna. She says, rock on. I'm going to acknowledge that. As for Kevin, shout out to Mindy's mom. You have created a phenomenal daughter and a wonderful young lady that I'm proud to call family. Stop moving. She's one of a kind, and I'll tell you that. And of course, we all know my partner in crime, Robert from Concept.
Love you, Robert. You're awesome.
Yes. You're one of the few I'm seeing. Anyway. So yeah, we have an announcement later, as everyone knows. We'll get into that later. Moving on. So no tours coming. Well, you do have a tour coming up though, don't you?
We're not doing any tours per se. As of right now.
I remember something being said, but not sure what.
Well, that was probably, we're trying to get a tour together for next year because we're going to be on the road to Vegas. We're actually headlining at Apocalypse from the Desert next year. So that's probably going to be a tour run because why not? I mean, if we're going all the way out there and it's going to take days, we might as well hit up some stops on the way. So we're working that out. So if you guys have any info on venues that you want to see us at on the way to Vegas, let us know. Other than that, we just have, we've got Blue Ridge. We've got a couple of more local shows that have not been announced yet. And then toward the end of the year, we're going to be playing in Pennsylvania with Nailbite.
Right.
Which is awesome. That's our first time there as a band. So that's going to be super cool. And then we haven't had anything booked yet for next year except for Apocalypse in the Desert in Vegas. So I'm going to try to get that together. If anybody wants to tour with us or has info on places to hit me up.
So I'm just saying, I'm just throwing this one out there. Chicago.
That's going to have to be a definite stop.
Straight up for you. So, well, slight curve, but it's there. we're more than we're less than halfway actually to Vegas.
So send me a list of some venues that are out there near you so that we
can
hit them up and see
there
what
is a little something. You know, I can also mention to you about in October. I haven't announced that one officially. I kind of announced it actually. I dropped a hint, but I'll leave it at that. Anyway, so that's something totally different. I like fucking with people. You're welcome. So, all right. So, let me move on here with my notes. Let's see. Blue Ridge. I saw a video you posted about how we can make our own dying oath. And I saw this. I'm like, what? Huh? Is that a drink? Is it a meal? And then you went on to promote a pizza joint. So, is dying oath an actual like food or drink, or is that literally like make your dying oath?
So there's a place out in Salem, which is about an hour from us. It's a really awesome place that's up and coming for, you know, unsigned and signed bands. They have a badass stage. You get to eat all the pizza you want, customized, which is amazing. But it's a place called the Pizza Den, and they help out with Aberration Music, which is a group of guys that have really been helpful to us as well. But we played out there not long ago, and they liked us so much that they named a drink after us. So we're officially on their drink menu at the Pizza Den. And the dying oath is rum, Coke, and grenadine. Yeah, there we go.
Which rum?
Well, for me, the reason why, one of the reasons why they did that is because that's what I always drink when I'm there is the rum and Coke. But I usually go with Captain Morgan. That's always my go-to.
Mm-hmm. Captain and grenadine. I'm a grenadine fanatic. Like literally, I have a cherry Coke when I'm a bartender, as a lot of people know out here. I've been doing it for many, many years, and I kind of put my key down 2 years ago. Thought about coming back, but anyway, and I love grenadine. I absolutely love it. I'm a sugar fanatic. How I'm not diabetic is still beyond me. Fingers crossed. But literally, I would have a cherry Coke and just dump in the grenadine, and I would call it crack cherry. I would go to a bar and say, "I'll take a crack cherry," and everyone's like, "What the fuck?" It's just a lot of grenadine. I love Captain. I'm a sweet rum drinker. Also, have you ever had Kilo Kai?
Yes, I love rum. I'm a connoisseur of sorts
Yes.
when it comes to rum. If it exists, I probably drink it.
Yeah.
It's my
I
favorite.
definitely prefer spiced rum over regular rum. No offense, Bacardi, you're good, but the spice gives it that kick I need.
It just depends on what kind of day you're having. Like, if I'm feeling really silly, I want that fruity. I take some Bacardi, coconut rum usually with some kind of mixed drink. But if I'm ready to go out and kick some ass, or I'm playing a show or whatever, just a straight shot of rum with a shot of Coke and grenadine. So
A shot of Coke and grenadine. So you have a shot of cherry Coke.
yeah,
That's
shot. Take
you know
it.
what? But yeah, it's a backup, so I get it. Some people like pickle juice with their JMO. I love pickles, but I don't want to drink that juice.
I like pickleback when I'm doing tequila. A shot of tequila with pickleback.
Right. Well, yeah.
That's the good. Yeah. That's the good stuff. I like it.
Yeah.
Prevents hangovers.
Yeah. I love pickles, but I just can't drink the juice. I don't know why. To each their own, But yeah, I'm a grenadine fanatic, so I get it. I'm a Jaeger fanatic, as everyone knows, and yeah.
So if you like Jaeger and you like grenadine, check into this drink. It's called a redheaded slut.
Oh, I know redheaded slut.
Awesome. Yeah, that's redheaded sluts are my favorite.
Yeah, no, it's it's good, but I make mine strong because I want to actually taste the liquor, not so much the juice and everything thrown in it. But yeah, no, I do know redheaded slut. It is a very good drink.
It's fantastic.
Jaeger, straight, never with any kind of energy drink. I hate energy drinks. I don't like them. They're weird to me. Straight Jaeger, minimum 2 shots. Jaeger, I love you. Just saying. But also my downfall. That's when you hear the crazy vivid dreams. Yeah. Something that Kevin actually put up earlier, and I didn't put it up. He said that Stephen King also got a lot of his movies and scripts from his dreams and nightmares, and I'm thinking that makes sense. I get it.
True that. Yeah, we always write about. Well, I always write about real life stuff. Things that I've been through, things that I've seen other people go through. Sometimes I'll watch a movie and it'll really hit home, and it'll give me enough PTSD that I need to write it down. Or I think that End of Days is probably the only one that I've written down that was a dream. But oddly enough, when Jeb and I were writing the words to Insomniac, we couldn't get, there was this bridge part that we couldn't get. And that came to me in a dream, which was odd because the whole song was pretty much written except for that part. And we were doing it, and it came back to me when we were writing it. So those 2 songs are the only ones that were dreams, and the rest is just the nightmares that are real life.
Ryan, what do you dream about?
What do I dream about?
Yeah.
Nothing.
Probably has nightmares about me and Kristen teasing him all the time.
That was great.
I can't remember the last dream I've had, to be truthful with you. It's been a minute. But I do find it ironic that you came up with the rest of a song called Insomniac while you were sleeping.
Right? But it is pure irony.
Right? It makes sense. Define irony, exactly. It's exactly what it is irony,
I'm right here trying to make my dreams a reality that I did have already. So, I've got not much to dream about when I'm living the part of it anyways.
Good answer, baby. Good answer.
Did we
lose Fran? She freezed.
Hi
just
guys,
me and you.
Show.
So anyways, how's the weather where you are?
Awful. I came in outside bleeding in it. It's terrible.
I think
everybody.
Yeah. Okay. No, time didn't stop. Okay. Fast cars and faster women. We should write a song about that. Our next song, we'll write about fast cars and faster women.
Depending
All
on
right.
the definition, you're not wrong.
Mhm.
Oh, yeah, we did lose. Hi, we're interviewing each other now.
So, Rhino,
Indeed.
what is your favorite food?
Pizza. Bacon and pepperoni, extra cheese.
Ooh, that's a good answer.
You?
Pizza's probably my favorite too. Either pizza or tacos. It's a hard decision there. Depends on the day.
Or tacos.
If it's
Make
like
up you choose.
Well, if it's like daytime, always pizza.
Always.
Lunch, breakfast, whatever. Pizza's awesome. Tacos, if it's like late night, especially after shows, tacos.
There's no such thing as a pizza Tuesday. It's Taco Tuesday.
But if you do taco pizza,
Next.
step.
Okay, best of both worlds. Okay.
Mm-hmm. Yeah,
These
I
people,
like that.
these people are calling after this probably.
We're fired.
We're fired. This is how we get kicked out of the band, everybody.
This is it. This is the one. Damn
Yep.
it. I thought it was that one time. Let's not talk about that, but I thought it was that one time. You already know.
This one time at band camp.
Yeah. This one time at band camp, I got entirely too drunk and screwed up interviews.
Oh, okay. Yeah, the one and only time I can say I saved an interview.
Yeah. Thank you for that, Still. That was awesome.
Oh, hi, welcome back.
We've just been interviewing each other. So,
Okay, so I don't know what the hell. Okay, this one I actually know the answer to. I swear to God, I always have like the podcast fucking flukes. I wanted to put my phone up away from me so I didn't keep looking down, and I put it up on the computer on the right corner of it, not realizing I had to put it on the power button.
it's okay. We carry it for you. We got
Yeah,
this.
this one was totally me. I am calling myself out, and all of a sudden it just went black. I'm like, oh, not again, shit. And then when I went to turn it right back on, it said reloading update. I'm like,
Whoops.
yeah. So hi. I'm just glad it doesn't hang up on people. I'm glad it doesn't disconnect. It's like I sent you a message. I don't know if you saw it. I'm like, I'll be there. Right away, I jumped up. I'm sorry. I grabbed a cigarette, so I shouldn't.
That's
do this
okay.
live.
We were.
Like, you know what? Ryan's smoking. I'm taking a drag. That freaked me out. I thought I wasn't gonna come back on.
No, you're good. We were just carrying the show. We were like interviewing.
You know what? That's great. And I love when you guys do that. Fucking Dave Schenkel did the same shit. My shit went black though. I don't know what the hell happened there. It was like a Wi-Fi connect issue, and just lost it when I had full bars. And he just kept talking for like 10 minutes.
That's what we were doing.
It was great. It was great.
So the people got
And Kevin's laughing at me. Thank you. Here, I'll show you. Kevin, you know what?
The people got.
I'm human too. All right. Literally, Fran is her own show. Literally, and you guys get to see it live. So there you go.
Hey, so the people have.
I'm gonna calm down and put this bitch out because that freaked me out. So.
What are you saying, Rhino?
Hey, the people gotta know now. We done talked about it. What's your favorite food?
Yeah, what's your favorite food, Fran? Because we just asked each other that question. So.
See, and I missed that. So now you're gonna have to repeat that. You guys, you took over the interview.
It was pizza and tacos. Yeah, we were interviewing each other. We were like, well, this is what we get kicked out of the band for. So bad interviewing each other.
That's great. Okay, I can't wait to replay this shit.
So what's your favorite food, Fran?
Well, I didn't get this ass by eating salad. So if I did order a salad, it's definitely going to be a Caesar, and it's going to have a steak on that bitch. I'm just saying. Just saying. Food, pizza, pasta, everything with carbs. Everything carbs. Italian, carbs.
Italian is my absolute favorite, but we were talking pizza and tacos.
Pizza sounds like the winner.
Pizza's the winner.
Yeah, pizza all day long. Ryan, you're really quiet, so I jacked my thing up, and yeah, I'm hearing an echo. It's okay. At least they're on this time. Again, I'm sorry, Tony. I'm just saying. I'm sorry. Yeah. Not everyone knows the full truth. You guys heard it before this. But anyway, moving on. So I'm not going to put my phone back on my computer. Lesson learned. Not doing that again. So we're going to get a little personal, kind of, not really, just ask them other versions of questions. As I pull it up on my phone, I always have one signed up for people. What started your musical obsession? You know, your passion. I mean, was it your family, or was it something you developed on your own?
I'll start. So for me, I had a lot of family members that were already doing music. My grandmother was a famous bluegrass musician, and my aunts were semi-famous Christian singers. My cousin was in the country realm of things, and so I decided to be the black sheep and start out with metal. We used to have a bluegrass band, my entire family on my dad's side, and everybody played an instrument. And so on the weekends, we would just kind of jam together. But my mom always wanted to be a vocalist, and she ended up getting pregnant with me right when she was starting her musical journey. So I decided at an early age that I was going to kind of take the torch and do it for her so that she could kind of still live her dream vicariously. And I ended up absolutely loving it. And so I saw Joan Jett on TV when I was like 5, and I was like, this is what I'm going to do. Yeah. And I've been doing it ever since.
So how'd your mom feel about that transition where she brought you in one way and you just went complete opposite with it? She support you?
Yeah, my mom has always been super supportive between, you know, my career choices and my sexuality and everything in between. You know, I've always been a black sheep of not only my family, but of the town, really, you know, because we are in a small town where gay is not okay, where metal bands are not okay, where tattoos and piercings are not okay. And by the time I was 14, I was doing all of those things. So it was an odd transition for me and for everybody involved, probably. But my mom has been my best friend this entire time. It doesn't matter what I decided to do or who I decided to love or, you know, what career path I chose. She stood behind me the whole time. She loves this band.
That's good. That's awesome.
Very Christian, but she absolutely loves our band. She tries to come out to as many shows as possible. She thinks Ryan is the cutest thing on the planet, you know, the usual.
Aw, look at that. I just pictured Homer Simpson disappearing into the bushes. But you're too much cuter than Homer. I just, yeah. Pinch the cheeks. What about you, Ryan?
My mom bought my first acoustic guitar when I was at least 5, 6 years old, and I never touched it again until I was like 13. I ended up having a friend in school, Daniel, who would bring his guitar all the time. We were metalheads. He got me into I remember just seeing Avenged Sevenfold for the first time on I've seen music before this, but it was like Avenged Sevenfold that really got my kick into wanting to play guitar because of all the dual solos and everything. So I saw him bring his guitar to school. He let me borrow it one time, and that was it from there. I wanted to play guitar, and then by the time I was 13, I had my first Jackson Rhodes guitar. It looked cooler than I actually was to be playing it. So I ended up learning as much as I could. I took most of my inspiration from like Bullet for My Valentine, Children of Bodom. But the main kick of it all, I guess, to say started my music passion with my mom. She listened to rock and roll. She listened to it loud. We were late to school. Well, we were going 50 and jumping over hills and shit with AC/DC, Metallica, Iron Maiden, any of that blasting in the radio. And I was scared shitless, but I was having a good time.
So she's a big influence. That's killer. Okay, so did you ever pick up that acoustic guitar again?
I did eventually, but never as to actually play. It's sitting in my closet now without strings. I've never gotten rid of it. It's seen years of wear and tear, and it's only about like a quarter of my size. My own kids could play it now. So, but I eventually all learned on electric guitar, but my mom eventually got me a better acoustic, like when I was 15, like to start playing on from now on. And I do tend to pick like a few country tunes or acoustic tunes now again on it.
So maybe surprise your mom one day and say, "Mom, I got you." Bust out that acoustic.
I sadly said goodbye to my mother just a couple of years ago, actually.
Oh, I'm so sorry. Shit.
No, please. That was something mostly the band knows, and a bigger part why we're that I feel so good about being in this band is the day that my mom passed. Everybody came over. We all did like we usually do. We got together, we played music as loud as we could, and that everybody was there till 1, 2 in the morning, just hanging out with me. And I couldn't ask for a better group of friends to hang around.
And that's, you know what, that's an amazing part for recovery too. Again, I am so sorry about, you know, your mom. I feel like an asshole now. I'm shit.
Oh, please don't. You're absolutely not. Wouldn't know. You wouldn't know if you never got if you had never got.
Right. You know, I mean, I didn't know. You know, I'm not. I don't look into your. Never mind. I'm gonna move on.
She was definitely proud of Ryan. She was very supportive of the band.
Well, and you know what? And that's awesome when the family backs you up. You know, it really is, because I know in the music scene, it's hard for everyone. It doesn't matter what genre of music scene or how you're involved. I get it. Trust me, I get it. I do. I'm not getting into my shit though. So, what do you hope to accomplish with Dying Oath? What is your future goals?
I think that all of us probably have a different answer. So, you know, I'll let him answer as well. I think for me, honestly, like, I don't think I ever wanted to be rich and famous. I know that sounds crazy because, you know, people are like, well, then what is your end goal? But that was never the goal ever. Really, I just wanted to make music that people connect with, because for me, it's a healing property. You know, it's my drug. It's my comfort. It's my safe place. And I just want to make music that is the same for other people, that people can connect with and people love and understand even after I'm gone. So I think really, I've already reached my goals with that. I think, you know, I've already gotten to play with all the bands I've wanted to play with. This year I get to actually play with my favorite band of all time. And so that's going to be a huge bucket
Who?
for me. Kitty.
Oh yeah.
I
Oh yeah.
talk to Morgan frequently. She's been really supportive of the band. So shout out to her for being the epitome of what rock stars should be like. But really, I feel like I've already reached my goals with the band. I want to see as far as we can take this. If we can do this enough to where we can just pay our bills, I will be more than happy with that. I don't need, you know, a huge house on the hill and 5 cars. I want to spend the rest of my days with these 5 people and make music that we're all happy and passionate about. And that's really it, man.
Oh yeah. So, well, congratulations on meeting the goals you feel that you've already met. That's awesome. That's awesome. So the rest are just nothing but blessings and moving forward. How about you, Rhino?
I think it all has been.
I think my lower expectation, have that one single on the radio that everybody listens to, like maybe 30, 40 years down the road, like, oh, hey, they were cool back in the day. The high expectation, which is the dream part, who knows? I hear a lot of good things about bands that ended up touring with Metallica, so maybe that can be on the bill one day.
Right.
I like Mindy. Playing music's fun. It's been one of the biggest saving points in my life, obviously, and it's the easiest way to express it, because obviously with this interview, I'm not good with words. I can play guitar, I can play video games, but I can't speak all that much. So this is my way to talk.
And that's noble. See, that's noble as hell. You guys are, I love you guys. I absolutely love you guys. You guys are real. You're straight. You know, you don't put yourself on a pedestal. You know, and that's what's beautiful about a lot of bands these days. They don't, a lot of them, not all of them. I'm saying a lot of them, they just don't feel that they need to prove themselves to everybody. They're just doing it for them and to be real. And that's mad respect to me. You know, I absolutely love that, because that's what I'm about to. You know, I don't want to be anybody's perspective of what I should be or what's expected of me. I'm going to be me. You know, love me or hate me, I'm still going to do it. You know, and that's how you guys are. Fuck yeah.
Well, I mean, as long as we have our core group of fans, which I feel like have been with us since the very beginning, and I feel no matter what we do or what we sound like or how many member changes we go through, they'll still be there. Mm-hmm. As long as we still have that core group of family, as we like to call them, we'll still keep doing this, whether it's one of you guys or 500 or 5,000 or 5 million of you guys. If there's still somebody listening, we'll keep putting out music. I mean, we're still going to be playing music for us regardless, but if somebody's out there to listen, then we'll keep putting it out. Pretty simple.
Yeah, play to be real. Oh, yeah. So, is there anything else you would like to tell anybody that you may be keeping under wraps or things to keep their eyes open for besides what you already have?
I just want to tell everybody, if you haven't yet, go and subscribe to our YouTube, because a lot of our stuff we're not going to be putting out this year on Spotify and a lot of other places. So the only place that you're going to be able to find it is either on our band page or on our YouTube. So subscribe to our YouTube page, follow our band page so that you can see all the things that you won't be able to see anywhere else. And we also have the Dying Oath family page, which is our fan page. And the reason why I say that is because our fan page is completely ran by us. You're going to get to see all the behind the scenes stuff that you won't see anywhere else that we don't put out, on our professional page. You get to see all the goofy stuff. You get to see, special photos and things like that we don't release anywhere else. So if you want to see who we really are as people, that's the page you want to join.
There you go. How about you, Ryan? Anything you want to say?
No. She covered the bases pretty well. That's what she's good at.
That's great. Oh, that's too funny.
But also, thank you. We always say thank you because we really mean it. If it wasn't for people like you, Fran, and people that are in the media outlets, wanting to do all of these different interviews and podcasts and all of these different things that help us get our name out there more than just playing music and playing shows. So we appreciate all of you guys, but also a big thank you to all the fans, to all the people that are listening, watching. You're the thing that's keeping us alive, that has kept us going this entire time through the pandemic, through all the hardships, through all the struggles and the sacrifices. You guys are the reason why we continue to do this. So
well, you are very welcome.
Love you. Love you so much.
You are absolutely very welcome. Always happy to help out in different ways as much as I can. I'm always trying to think of other ways. So, based on that, announcement time. This I love. This is actually phase 3 of the Savages. I have phases, and one step at a time. And there's a lot of left turns and right turns, but eventually I find my way back on my original track. So our announcement is I'm loving to do this and honored to actually say this. Mindy from Dying Oath is joining the Savage Ladies of Metal family. She is the first in months to become a Savage Lady. And there is a reason for this. She owns that stage. She kills it. She is real. She is who she is. And she's going to blow up in your face and take your name with her. I love her. And she stands for everything different. It doesn't matter who you are, what you represent, skin color, nationality, none of that stuff. Doesn't matter if you're gay or straight. It matters about being real and owning who you are and taking that stage and destroying it. Not just the stage, but also the scene. And she is our first announcement and our first female-fronted singer of a band, of course, as we know from Dying Oath. And she's from the East Coast. And this is not where we're going to stop. She is the first of many female-fronted bands that I would love to have join the Savage Ladies. And this actually provides multiple benefits for everybody. Me being in Chicago is a center outlet of much of music coast to coast, not just around the world, but here in the States, of course. If you're on the East Coast, you want to get your sound to the middle, to the Midwest and further. West Coast, same way. Midwest to East Coast. I am providing an outlet and an open door to women-fronted bands, ladies who want to not just take the stage, but get their sound out to more than just the original area of where they're known. Like Dying Oath is from the East Coast. A lot of us do know who she is, but a lot don't. And that's what I am providing for free of service to female-fronted bands who would like to become a Savage Lady and help promote their band on our page just as much, no matter what it is, as much as you want, whenever you want, on the Savage Ladies of Metal page to help get your sound further than just your town or your East Coast or your West Coast. I want to help you grow. I want to help you blow that scene up, get your name out, and take your band with you and just take over.
Thank you.
Mindy, thank you for joining the Savage Ladies of Metal, and
Thanks
welcome.
for having me.
You will have full access for other ladies who are listening. You will have full access to the Savage page to do whatever you want, as much as you want, whenever you want. Blow it up. Promote yourself. Get your sound, your band, your brand, and everything you are out to a further and bigger crowd. As everyone knows, I'm very much a part of multiple metal scenes, including, of course, world metal scene. I got Rebel Radio, which is like the center hub of all metal for over almost 27 years. It has been 27 years now. Multiple connections, multiple podcasts, multiple connections. We got Graven's Metal Vault. We've got Concert Junkies. Everyone's connecting to me. It's a mass promotion on a larger level in a new region of the States. If I can help you, I'm there. I will help let you blow up and take over that scene. And we're going to start with Mindy. Dying Oath, welcome to the Savage family. First announcement of the day. 2 more. Just saying. 2 more. So I am excited to bring you on. And she's going to just, everything she does on the band page, she has full access to on the Savage page. Drop it. Not a problem. Blow it up. Get your sound out. And I'm here for more women-fronted bands who want to get their name, their sound, and their brand out. Let me help you. Let me help you. If you are interested in becoming a Savage lady, not just as a female-fronted artist, but ladies who are actually involved in the scene. You don't have to be a musician. God knows I'm not. We all know that. I'm not a musician, but there are women like me whose hearts are devoted to the scene. They still want to be a part of it. They still want to help that underground design. It doesn't matter. If there's more like me, like Olga, like Marla, it doesn't matter what form. If you want to be a Savage Ladies, email me at savageladiesofmetal@gmail.com and tell me why you think you could be a Savage and how you can help. If you're a female-fronted artist, drop that bomb. Let me see what you're about. Introduce me to you, and I can help introduce you to the rest of the followers of not just the Savage Ladies, but everybody in our family. I want to be there for you ladies. I want to have a platform, a place where the ladies can finally step in, not just say we're here, but just take over. It's time. It is time. I'm just saying. Again, you guys, thank you so much for today's podcast. Sorry, my daughter just walked down here all half eight. And Mindy, welcome to the Savage family. Ryan,
for having us on. You're so cute. Thank you for having us on. First and foremost, definitely appreciate it. You've been helping us out since we started, and all the love that you've shown for us and the support just is amazing. And I definitely appreciate that. And that's why I want to help out with the Savage Ladies, because it's something I'm very passionate about. So thank you for having us on. Thank you for having me in your group. And in return, from now on, I would like to add you to our list of people that we also promote on our page and our website and whatnot, so that, whenever people are looking up the band, they'll also find you as well, because you are now a part of our Dying Oath family as well. So thank you so much.
Thank you. I appreciate that, sweetheart. Thank you so much. Again, Ryan, Mindy, thank you for making time again and being here on the Savage podcast. Definitely, Mindy, I'm going to see you a hell of a lot more. Ryan, when I finally get to meet you, you better run. I'm just saying. Just saying. Again, you guys, thank you so much. And everyone, tune in next week. We're back on schedule. We're taking over the airwaves again. Take care, guys. Thank you.